Welcome to ComicCast issue number 172, brought to you by Dwayne's World Comics and Games, 457 East Sullivan Street in Kingsport, Tennessee. They carry comic books, graphic novels, statues, toys, and gaming merchandise, including miniature games, board games, and RPGs. Check them out, Dwayne's World Comics and Games, Kingsport, Tennessee. My name is Boogie Bentley.
And I'm Adam Wade Adams.
I'm Chad Johnson Jr.
This Gaumer.
We're at ComicCast Pod on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Wherever you get social with your media. Also, you are listening to this. I don't know where you're listening to it. You could be on YouTube. You could be on Facebook Live. You could be on Periscope. Actually, Periscope's got an error right now. We got to figure that out. And also on Twitch. But if you're hanging out on YouTube, smash that like button, share out the link. Let's grow the live chat. What's up, gentlemen? Everybody have a good Thanksgiving?
Yeah. How about...
How about that intro? Let's talk about bragging on Boogie.
Usually I have to walk into the. I have to go to the back of the video store in that room to hear music like
that. It's production value. That's production value.
I do want to say congratulations to Chad Johnson for being a brand new dad and soon-to-be dad.
Dad to be. No, he just did the deed, bro. Congratulate him later.
Well, you know. I guess.
But I had 3 kids.
The real announcement is that he's actually adopting me, which is why I'm officially Chad Johnson Jr. So thank you, Chad, for wanting to be my dad.
Yeah, he can pay that comic book bill you had showing off earlier.
Chad Johnson Jr. sound like a country music singer.
It does.
Or a serial killer, one or the other.
Yeah, need a middle name now.
We always use that middle name.
I'm Chad Johnson Jr. How you doing?
Welcome to the show.
We're
AirPods.
He laughed. Boogie laughed.
He's like, I'm done with this.
No masters, no rules. No masters, no rules.
This is the cold run.
Yeah.
My wife left me because
I fell down the steps listening to ComicCast.
My
ankle. Ouch.
My wife left me for Donnie Cates. My dog left me for Brian Michael Bendis.
Oh my gosh.
Now I'm alone.
It's great.
Got some
Boogie,
TKO.
back on the rails.
I'm working, man. You guys keep going.
He's working.
Okay. What did anybody buy any fun stuff?
Adam's like, oh, it's my show.
That's my show. He's all worried about the end of the month. He's like, I got this.
It's my time. Is anybody buy stuff from Black Fridays?
I bought a bunch of Amazon Echo stuff so I can talk to my house. I love living in the future. I love living in the future.
My father-in-law asked his wife, he's like, hey, Deb, give me the phone. I want to ask you a question. I was like, that's such a weird question.
That's awesome.
It's such a weird sentence.
That's awesome.
I want to ask the phone a question.
I love it.
Like Gomer's going to be like trying to do something in his smart home, and it's going to say, I can't let you do that. I can't let you do that, Dave.
I want the music to follow me from room to room. That's really what I'm looking for.
That'd be dope.
Yeah.
Oh, you want your own theme song like Peter Griffin had.
Exactly. And then just follow me through the house. It'll actually be the ComicCast theme music.
I got kicking every door you enter.
I grabbed some movies. I got John Wick 3.
Nice.
Creed 2.
You need to give me your digital code since you hate on digital so damn much.
I still got some Creed 2.
You got it.
Cool. Really? Yes, send them to me, bro. I love that.
I got Stallone First Blood on 4K for some reason.
Sick.
Nice.
Finally watched Spider-Man. I'd never seen Far From Home until just
really?
Oh, that's
dude.
weird.
I like that one better than the first one. I thought.
And if you like revenge, like Punisher stories, I highly recommend this. I've seen it, but I still picked it up. I still bought it. Peppermint. But
that is. That's been that's a more recent movie.
Huh. Yeah, it really
kind of bombed terribly.
Really, yeah. I mean, it's if you're into revenge stories like I am, like now I'm drawing a blank on the one where it's
Kill Bill. Go ahead.
Death Proof.
Not Kill Bill. Citizen. No, what is it? Something Citizen, where the guy his family got killed, and the guy who did it got off because he gave up names of other people. But anyway, it's like that. They got some games: Far Cry New Dawn, Rage 2, Teen Titans Go versus Teen Titans.
Law-abiding citizen, Chad Johnson to the rescue.
Law-abiding citizen. Yes, thank you, Chad Johnson. It's like a female version.
Blood Wish.
Blood Wish.
That sounds like two different movies.
Yeah, Death Wish.
Totally not the same movie.
That should be a movie.
I'm back. Oh my gosh, what the heck?
Rob
disaster.
Complete
disaster.
Periscope
was trying to link to Talking Vols, so apparently I have to go in and change that Periscope account every time I stream. But we're rocking and rolling now across 5 platforms.
Ooh, that's what's up.
Oh, that's fine. Wow. That's fine, William Pace. Yeah,
they all over the world.
Walmart just had the DVD of Batman Turtles, and I didn't like it that much to spend $4 on it.
Oh my gosh. $4.
But I did spend $4 on the DVD of Teen Titans Go versus Teen Titans because it's incredibly entertaining.
That's cool. Hey, Adam.
Yo.
Cool. How about you show me that Hellblazer cover you got?
Yeah.
Oh. It's like incredible. There's so much white.
Look at that.
Look at that.
So here's the deal, live chat. Adam's like showing off this cover, and I said, you need to draw something on it. So you guys tell him what you want him to draw. He's going to draw on that cover throughout the whole live stream and then show it off at the end. So
I want Jim Lee level details if you're drawing this for an hour and a half. Okay.
Draw Chad's future baby.
Oh, no.
That is what it is. That is what it is.
Adam's got a regular cover.
Check it out. I just drew this.
They drew First Blood Wish.
Beautiful. It's amazing.
I just drew that. That's
Dude,
incredible.
That's amazing. It's a little derivative, but amazing.
Do you have that art you did at the con anywhere near you?
A
simple no would have done.
I know, right? He's like,
While I was getting the cover back in, I actually think I might have it right here.
If you that's what is that? Gary Frank. It'll never get done.
Well, Gary Frank actually finished eventually.
Yeah, I don't have it handy, Boogie. I think it's in this box, but I don't know where.
Yeah, let's not worry about it. Let's just move on. Let's talk about TKO Studios.
Oh man,
Gaumer, spill the beans, bro.
I'm on.
Everybody, please ignore that I just said that.
We got books, ton of books. The Banks.
So what'd you do? Tell them what it is, bro. TKO Studios. It's binge reading for the comic book fan.
It's binge comic book reading. Every first issue of every TKO book is available for free at tkopresents.com. So you go in there, you get your feet wet, and then they sell it 2 different ways. You can get these awesome trades, all collected, a little bit oversized trades. Or you can get them in what Big Willie got, and he's got a video up on Outright Geekery Facebook or something somewhere. He actually got the the collector's boxes that come with all the individual issues in there.
You know what? I'm not.
Which
a fan
are nice
of those.
too, and you can
They're
also
cool,
get them digitally.
But I'm not a fan of them because I got Sarah in a box like that, and it was
Arthanis, great book.
You can't put it on your shelf. Like, it doesn't hold up well. I would rather get the trades. That's just personal opinion.
But here's the Banks. That's Roxane Gay and Ming Doyle. Eve of Extinction, Sal Simeone, Steve Simeone with Nick Varela and Isaac Goodhart doing the art there. That's a good one. Pound for Pound, Natalie Chadiz and Andy Bellinger, but I know his name is Andy Bellinger, something like that. And then Sentient by the best comic book writer on the planet today, Jeff Lemire. And Gabrielle Walta, who did that Vision book with Tom King way back when. I read the first issue of all of these. They're all good. They're all at least good. Eve of Extinction and Pound for Pound, first issues are good. Worth reading, at least that first issue. The Banks, I read the first issue of that, and it was excellent. It's 3 generations of thieves, of bank thieves. It's awesome. But
cool.
Sentient, Jeff Lemire. Oh crap, dude.
I bought that one. Not ready
Oh man, I couldn't put this one down. It was fantastic. It's a bunch of colonists going into space, going to their new home, and there's a rebellion on there, and this one girl murders all the adults, wanting just to take the kids, free the kids from this oppression. And the AI on board ends up murdering her too. And then the AI has to pretty much become the mother of these kids. Dude, it's awesome. Cool. So good. But yeah, all good first issue reads. But man, I got to give it up for Sentient and the Banks. The Bank, I only got into the first issue, but it's all about the characters, man. Jeff Lemire makes you love anybody he writes. The other two, it was more about the premise, Eve of Extinction, pound for pound. But yeah, the Banks and Sentient, definitely character-driven stuff, my stuff. But all good. All great books, dude. So
you would recommend picking up the Banks then?
Yes. At least read that first issue. And if you're...
Yeah, for free.
Yeah, sure. For free. I mean, it's no risk, man. Who else is doing that? Nobody's throwing first issues for nothing at readers.
I'm excited.
And then giving them the opportunity to buy it all at one time.
That's my dream come true. I've been pitching that forever, dude.
Yeah, dude.
It's finally happening. They're finally doing it. That's great. Yeah, that's like the future business model. You know, I think that's like they're thinking way ahead. You know, that's how it should be.
Not going to the chapel, but there was another book over there at
Action Lab. Yeah, we interviewed that one guy. Yeah, I forgot.
What book was that?
I forget. Yeah, but that still stands. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, TKO's awesome. Great book. At least half of them are must reads, in my opinion. The other two, I just haven't gotten deep enough into them to really know. But good stuff, man. Good stuff. There's too much to read.
Yeah, there is. There really is. There's no time.
Way too much to read.
Dude, I wish you all could see my freaking computer right now.
I know, you're going nuts.
Sure.
I see you over there. Look, you're like a
dude.
Keanu Reeves and Johnny Mnemonic. You're like sliding stuff around.
It's like Minority Report. It's just like,
asking what the prices are on the TKO stuff. It's regular $20 a trade. You know, there's 6-issue trades, so you're getting a little bit better than what you get at Marvel and DC for most cost prices, but I'd say a little bit worse than maybe what you're getting at Image, especially for volume 1s. And we haven't gotten any volume 2s from any of the TKO stuff yet, but yeah. There you
Carry the show, man. I'll be right back.
I know. Boogie's like NASA over there, knee deep in technology.
I'm glad you could see the panic in my eyes. I'm freaked out. You guys run it. I'll be back.
Thanksgiving. How did everyone do on Thanksgiving with the fam? There were 70+ people at my in-laws thing.
No way.
70+ people.
That's nuts, dude.
It was crazy, dude. But they all love me, and I have a terrible time remembering their names.
Oh, yeah. I'm the worst at names.
Yeah, I've been there 20 years. I still don't know anybody's freaking name. But yeah, it was awesome. So great.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Chad, you can also pick up their first wave books. They're still selling those. Those are still in print. And even if you don't go with the physical copies, digital is always there, bro. You know. Yeah, and Big Willie. TKO does sell cheaper on digital. Yeah, I connected Big and Willie.
Well, that's the cool part, because if you get the little collector's box, it's a certain price. The trades are a little cheaper.
Yeah,
and then, it's digital's cheaper. That's the way comics should be. If I'm reading them digitally, I should get them cheaper.
Agreed.
Yep.
The only reason they're not like that is because retailers, they get so mad that.
Oh, dude, that's what I got into in last week's This Geek in Comics. We got into a little rant about piracy, and I'm totally against piracy.
Let's talk about it. All right, let's talk about it. It's hot right now in the comic industry.
It really is.
Johnny Cates is cussing people out on Twitter.
Dude. It's a divided.
And I mean, the industry is obviously shameless, and so are the fans. Okay, and I'll explain that. There were people in this when the Comics Pros on Twitter got all into this argument. There were people literally adding Comics Pros and saying, "Yeah, I'm going to steal your shit either way." And it's like, whoa, man, that's their livelihood. I don't support.
It's pretty mean to say. Yeah.
It's pretty mean to say it right to their face. Okay, but the industry does not make it appealing. This happened in the music industry in the 90s and stuff. You know what I'm saying? The music industry kept fighting, kept saying, "No, don't steal our stuff. Don't steal our stuff." It didn't work. Why? Because the product wasn't good. People wanted a single track or maybe 2 tracks off of an album, but no, you got to pay $14, $15 for the whole album and only listen to 2 songs. People didn't want that. And then you got iTunes in there. You got other ways to get the product, evolving eventually into Spotify, where it's easy now. And everybody's still making money and everybody is still happy. Comic books need to do something different because we know just yelling at your audience and telling them to stop stealing does not work. This entire discussion with the Comic Pros had about piracy was literally a screaming match between one group and another group. Okay. But really what they did was they identified a problem, and problems need solutions. And if they actually gave a damn about the industry that they're working in and consuming entertainment from, they would work to communicate in that direction. But
I don't understand how you take the side of validating stealing comics.
I'm not validating stealing. Well, I'm simply saying that this is the way it goes. Stealing is bad. You shouldn't steal. But we have already seen this happen in the music industry. Stealing was wrong then too, but people still did it.
Sure,
and it changed the industry. And I would argue it changed the industry for the better. The consumer can now go to Spotify and pay $8 a month for every bit of music that was ever made.
And Spotify doesn't even like pay artists, unfortunately. I think you're better off using that.
But it's not as much.
Not very much at all. Yeah, now like you can get like it's known that like Spotify doesn't pay jack for artists. Unfortunately, if you do want to support artists, the best thing to do is use Bandcamp. There's the Bandcamp is a great app as well, and you can buy merchandise directly from the bands, so you get all your money instead of like 10 cents or 5 cents. So I recommend using Bandcamp if you're not familiar with that for music.
Yule says those thieves wouldn't buy comics anyway. But
you never know. Yeah, you never know.
The problem with me, what kills me is the people that try to validate themselves. Well, I steal comics because they're not available in my country. Well, go to freaking Comixology, and if Comixology isn't available to you, then don't read comics.
Then you're out of luck.
Yeah, that's another thing too. That was like comics are like quite the privileged thing to have. It's like you got to have money to enjoy them, which kind of sucks. It's like same thing with like music and movies. You got to like have money to enjoy them. Should it be that way? I don't know, man. Not necessarily.
So
everything I've ever created, whether it be music or like even little short films or whatever, I've done and released for free because I feel like it should be for everyone, but that's my mentality. You know what I mean?
Sure.
That's not, I'm not working for Marvel. It's not my livelihood.
Yeah.
But then again, if it was my livelihood, I'd probably still petition them to release my stuff for free because I don't care. You can give me a paycheck for writing stuff. Will you make money? Probably not. I don't know, man. I'd rather write independent and give it away for free. That's my opinion on that stuff. Same thing. If I ever make music again, dude, like I'm just gonna give it away for free. Like that's my creative output. I want to release for free. I want everyone to hear it. Like so, but I mean, I understand that whole entire corporate worker kind of level thing. So it's understandable. But
that's the mindset that gives people an excuse, out to do it.
I mean.
But again, really, that's merely an example that a problem exists. How do you fix the problem? And I think the problem gets resolved by having a Spotify for comics.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Read all the comics you want.
That's Comixology Unlimited. They do that. Though. Marvel Unlimited a little bit. DC Universe. There's still subscription based, but
the day of album is released on Spotify, I can listen to it on Spotify.
This is a great comment. This is a great comment. To blame the audience for lost sales is a shift in blame.
Yeah.
Did they lose some sales? Yes. Pirating is horrible. To be honest, some of those books were canceled.
Yeah.
Simply being a brat. And I agree with that. You can't use piracy as a way out for your book.
My book failed because everyone pirated. It's like, no, dude, it was terrible. It was trash. It got canceled because it was bad. Like that was it. The one that was it the phone one, whatever. I forget what that comic was called. That guy was complaining. He's like, "Oh, look at all these downloads and people download." Yeah, all these bots.
It was crowded, wasn't it? Crowded.
Yeah, it was crowded.
Who's writing a terrible Dr. Doom right now?
You have all these bots that download stuff from different things. So it's like
we talk about those numbers on Crowded.
That were all crap.
No one reads Crowded. No one reads Crowded.
95,000.
Who cares about Crowded?
Not even for free.
Not even for free. I would never read Crowded.
Review copies and don't read it.
I would never steal that book.
The thing about that is those numbers are skewed because it wasn't 95,000 reads. It was 95,000 visitors.
Right.
Half of those are bots that are just scanning the internet like Google bots. Another half of them are people reading multiple pages of the book. Each one of those, each one of those flips to this next page on some of those sites counts as a visit. So it's probably like maybe 1,000 maybe 1,000 people read that. And that's still not a great thing. But man, digital comics, if you go 100% digital, right? Because that's the reason they won't do a Spotify for comics, is because they would alienate the direct market.
Oh, yeah.
And you'll know what I'm talking about here. That's the reason the digital product costs the same, even though it's wildly cheaper to produce than the paper comic is. They don't want to alienate the direct market.
Yeah.
If there was no direct market, we would not be having this conversation, because when people have a free avenue that they feel is fair, they take that avenue, the pay avenue. Anyway, digital comics on like a Comixology or something like that is better, because they can direct target ads and force me to watch the ads in between pages. Right now, I'm skipping past the Snickers ad. I'm not even reading it.
Right.
But they could force an ad and have it directed. That makes it.
The digital too doesn't even have those ads.
They should.
Yeah,
they should. That would bring the cost down even more.
You're right. You're right.
And they also get a lot of data. They don't only know who buys what and who opens what. They know how long I'm staying on each page reading that comic book. If I agree. If I open up a Batman 82 by Tom King and I get 3 pages into it and I'm like, this sucks, I put it down and then go to another book, there's no way for them to know that I just did that. But if DC did know that I did that, they'd probably be like, oh, this guy
stopped right here.
Yeah, this guy stopped right here on Batman and then went and read everything else in his catalog and then went back and finished Batman as an afterthought. We can use that data to help make books better.
Yeah, you're right. And Chad Johnson brought a good point. He says he loves physical comics. He loves having it in his hands. And I felt the same exact way for years until I ran out of room to put stuff. And I was like, I forced myself to read digital. And I was like, this doesn't feel the same to me. I don't like it. And now I love it. I rarely buy physical anymore just because
it's boobs. It's kind of
I
like
buy like hardcovers and like absolute editions and things like that.
I want them in my hand.
It's kind of like boobs.
Yeah.
You want them in your hand. But
that's true. That's true.
I'll take digital.
Old Stanley quote. But like, I still buy a good amount of physical.
Speaking of boobs, though, Gaumer, what you said, where people will stay on. They know how long they stay on the page. Yeah. Do you think they look if there's like happens to be a seductively clad female or male person on one of the pages? They see how long people stayed on that page.
Yes.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah.
A good 15 minutes.
Depending on what you're using, they can track what sites you go to after you read that comic too.
Quit acting like you need more than a couple of minutes, Adam.
Yeah, right.
You guys ready to talk about some comic books?
I love a good
man.
All right.
I could talk about piracy for
me too, all day, man. Like
because it's such a hot topic right now.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like,
and I really think the industry is dropping the ball here, man.
Dude, I hate to be the bad guy of this conversation and say like it's okay to steal. Because I feel like if you're hungry and you need to eat, you can't afford it, steal it. Like you got to survive.
So you're comparing eating
the comics.
But I'm saying it's not the same. It's not the same. You're right. It's not the same. But
if people are
an entertainment thing, just as music, just as movies, you can't afford it. It's so widespread out there. I don't know, man. Like once again, I like not only do I make memes too and like get shared by the millions by like people that see that's free entertainment too. That's free. That I do every day.
I just can't get that word in.
Adam's drawing.
Sorry, Adam.
He's drawing.
Adam's drawing.
No, what I mean, it's like times are changing, and
exactly.
if people are would rather steal or whatever illegally download or whatever comics instead of going to their local comic shop and buying them, collecting them, being part of the books, the story, and the environment. If they would, that should tell them something about the physical aspect of what they're offering. If people would rather do that,
right,
we agreed.
Money based, then it's like
there's so many other Yeah, you can download video games, movies, like whatever. Like it's crazy that people choose to do that to comics, that they're interested in it enough to do that in the first place, as opposed to music or movies. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And they need to see that times are changing, and
but
they
we
need
mentioned
to get
music
with the program.
But we mentioned music and how music was changed forever by the digital age and downloading and piracy.
By
but
Metallica, and
we wouldn't have the iPhone without piracy, without music piracy. Okay, I'll go out on that limb. Yeah. But we still have people. Look, I'm looking at the backgrounds of both of y'all's cameras there. We still collect vinyl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's still a niche that will always exist. So even if comics go digital, they are still going to release that paper.
And without bootlegging, I would not have my Star Wars holiday special.
Well, the iPod would not have existed unless people had MP3s on their computer, and they wouldn't have had MP3s on their computer without piracy. Yeah. And the iPod led directly to the iPhone and the Android and yet another digital revolution. So I'm just saying, comics should be cool, dude. Every damn cool movie in the world is a comic book movie. More people should be reading comics. I think more people do want to read comics. It's just right now at that price, it's a bad product.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's a bad product.
It keeps rising too. And it's so ridiculous.
Page counts go down even if the prices don't go up, dude.
I mean, the real fact is there will always be a demand for physical product. People will always want physical product, whether it be a DVD, a video game, a vinyl record, a CD, a comic book. No matter what, people collect things. Humans collect things.
Yes,
so like no matter what, you're always going to have that physical demand for something.
Like these stupid little plastic toys back here.
Exactly, dude. People want physical things no matter
all
what.
Over my freaking
humans collect. Humans collect. They want. So,
but in the course of comics, in terms of comics and music, people don't want to hold it; they just want to consume the media itself. But you're right. In some cases,
there always be collectors. There will always be collectors, no matter what. So you're always gonna people are gonna buy the physical, no matter what, dude.
And if you can wait, already the Outer Worlds, it's on sale right now, $20 cheaper than when it came out. Save $20.
Look at trade waiting. You're trade waiting.
Look at these. I mean, I know they're older. I don't have the price on it, but these are like $4, $5, $6 books. I paid $1 for it. If you can wait, you just wait for the price to drop. So
you don't have to wait if you
get Marvel Unlimited and you read it all 6 month delayed for $9.99 a month or whatever it costs.
What a
6 months, dude. That's crushing. Dude.
It's crushing, dude.
That's why I never use it. I have it, but I never use it.
They're gonna lose people with that.
It's for old back issues.
Every time I bought it, it sat there and I never used it.
Dude, if I could pay $50 a month to read every single comic,
now
I would pay $50 a month to read every single comic. I would do it. I don't know how many people out there are like me, but $50 a month is a discount from what I'm spending on comics every month.
Amen.
If I could do that, and I would still get the ads would cost more. They cut out direct market. They cut out the store. They cut out distribution. Diamond goes out of business. They cut out everything.
That'd be awesome. Can you imagine Diamond going out of business?
They wouldn't go out of business. They would just stop distributing comics. They would just distribute toys.
Check this out, guys. Go to bonfire.com/store/outright geekery.
Oh, dude, I love that OG looking.
Actually, AKA David designed that OG logo.
Tell AKA David I said to piss off. Look at these great shirts though. Outright Geekery. Check them out. Bonfire.com/store/outright geekery. I got to get that link in the description, but if you want an Outright Geekery shirt,
you got a hat?
Check it out.
What?
That's a Geek Savs hat. Eli wanted a hat, so I was like, all right, what the hell with it?
All right, man. I might have to get that.
I want that comic book bully sweatshirt, dude. That hooded sweatshirt.
That's cool. I may have to get that too.
Is Eli not offering any gear that has the F word on it? I need that.
This is right, Adam. That's what you need right there, Adam.
Hey, I wanted to be all inclusive.
Hey, man.
You know? I wanted to make sure
that looks pretty good right there. That looks pretty good right there in the blue.
And blue and red.
Or how about a comic book bully shirt that has Leroy's line, "Welcome back."
Welcome back. I'm your host, Leroy, with my co-host.
Oh, that's so great. I like this one too, man.
I love that one. I love that one. That one's so good.
All right.
I thought that worked well with that logo. So
I just had to play
whatever,
this for you.
Boogie. Thanks, David. I appreciate you making
Check
that
them
go
out.
local.
I don't, David. I'm a bully, so I'm going to bully you around. Guys, look, we got 19 people hanging out on
What's
YouTube.
up, dudes?
Do us a favor, smash that like button, share out the link. Let's grow it. We got 30 people listening across all of social media, whether that be Facebook, Periscope, Twitch, wherever you are. Subscribe to the channel. If you want to get involved in this interactive live chat, find the S&B Network on YouTube and come hang out with us.
How do bits work on Twitch?
I don't know,
I'm
man.
not sure how much of the conversion ratio is. I don't know.
It's like 1/120th of a cent or something.
Maybe
right?
because I do follow some Twitch channels and I do donate all the time. I buy stuff and subscribe to channels where I'm actually paying physical money for like certain bits, but I don't know like the translation.
Well, we got a $5 donation.
Freely. That's like whatever.
We got a $5 donation last night on Talking Ball.
Awesome.
But I don't know where it came from. Like I was trying to find it. I have no clue what it was.
You'll get a check eventually. It'll come in the mail.
Did you make your Twitch special emojis you can make on there?
I don't know what it was.
You can make Talking Ball specific Twitch little emoji
icons like a fat
Yeah.
I don't know. Just smash the like button. That's all we want. Let's talk about comic books. The Crow.
Smash the like button and send a random $5 birthday card.
I don't know who's getting
It'll come in somewhere.
No clue who's getting that. The Crow, Hark the Herald, #1, written by Tim Seeley, art by Meredith Laxton, colors by Katrina Mayhow, letters by Will Cook.
Thanks,
Thank
Will.
you, Will. Good job, buddy. This is spoiler alert. I've never seen The Crow ever.
What?
I knew you guys were going to freak out. I
No
knew
way,
it.
dude.
Never seen it.
Wow.
Don't know anything about the character, so this will be a great review. I added
All
this
right.
It won't be because I thought everything in this, everything I loved about this was because I saw that movie.
Yeah, so let me just tell you what I
didn't
saw.
read it.
Gosh, go away, Jason.
Hey, you didn't read the other one. We're gonna
Did
talk
you
about
at
that,
least?
though.
we'll get there.
Okay, you didn't see
true.
the movie. Did you at least listen to the soundtrack?
Oh, it's awesome. It's a great soundtrack.
I have that soundtrack. I think everyone has that soundtrack.
Yeah, right.
Let's talk about this comic book.
It's confirmed. Boogie hates birds. Chad, love that guy.
I'll make a T-shirt that says that if you'll buy it, Chad. That's
Talking crows.
When all the birds fly south for the winter, he stands out in the yard like, "That's right,
That's
run,
right.
you get the hell out of here." Bird."
Run, birds.
I'm
Ostrich.
sorry, Boogie. I'm sorry.
I do hate ostriches. Like I'm terrified of them.
Well, they just stick their head in the sand. What you think?
Yeah.
What
We
they're
go
not-
to this. We go to this feeding, like this animal feeding farm. You
giant
ride through on a
eggs.
trailer,
Their eggs are like,
and these freaking ostriches are like, "Dun-dun, dun-dun."
oh,
No, dude, that
Hell no.
those things are freaks of nature.
they are huge.
The hell
I
with
don't like any
ostriches.
animal that's taller than me.
Yeah, no thanks.
Especially
I'm gonna make a
bird.
Boogie shirt that just says Boogie Bentley with an ostrich on it.
Yeah, F
Boogie
ostriches.
hates birds.
they stick their head in the ground like they're too good to.
Yeah.
You could be like choking one.
Yeah.
Surely you could just snap its neck, right?
Dude, there's
I
like
don't think so. They're like flexible, right? They're like
there's
I
like
don't
a
know.
bird in Australia
Yeah.
that's like murdered people in the past year.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Welcome to Talking Birds.
Talking
nightmares.
birds.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
Talking
this book from a non-crow
Talking
fan.
crows.
There's this group of every year, and this is straight from the front page. Every year, a group of 6 people gather together for Christmas in a cabin in the middle of nowhere in Wisconsin. 6 of the most prolific, not serial killers in the United States, and they gather to try to find some humanity. Almost a week of giving gifts, sharing meals. They're probably sitting down with Adam to watch the Star Wars Christmas special. If I was guessing.
He
Wonder
walked
they're murdering people.
And then it says, now last year's sins have risen from the grave, ready to deliver the gift of revenge. All of that, first page of the book. So we see this story unfold, and it's flashbacks between year 1 and year 2. There's this. Is it a girl? I don't know what's going on.
It's a girl.
This girl is killed, and now she comes back a year later seeking revenge. Is this a version of The Crow?
This
the
is
Crow?
exactly
Yeah.
what happens
No.
in the
Yeah.
Crow.
Yeah,
Well, that's what I want to. Is the
It's
Crow
always a revenge story.
Is
Like
it
they always
like
get
an
killed and they
entity,
come
though?
back from the dead. Yeah.
So is it like
the
a-
crow
the
like
Crow-
possesses the dead person and they come back for their revenge?
So the
And
Crow
almost
is not
like,
a person; it's like an entity.
Yes.
It like
Yeah.
passes on, you know. Yeah.
But
for
I
two.
still got that.
It's sort of like the Blue Beetle. The
Or
character
Phoenix,
is
I guess,
technically
maybe.
the Blue Beetle, but it's really that scarab that is the Blue Beetle.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I still grasp that from reading
Good,
this.
good.
Okay.
And I liked it going flashing back and forth. But this reminded me of Surviving the Game. And
Oh, okay.
this girl is just
Yeah.
hunting down and killing each member of this party. in brutal ways, and I loved it. It's good art, fun story, pointless, but still fun. Still fun.
That sounds more fun. I gotta check that out now.
It is fun.
I dug the hell out of this. It even had the whole holiday theme. Like the Crow movie is Halloween.
Yeah.
And this is Christmas. Yeah, dude. This worked very well for me. I want an entire Crow anthology series going through every holiday.
That'd be fun.
Dude.
That'd be fun. That'd be fun.
I'm down for that.
Dude,
and now I need to go watch The Crow.
Oh, you need to definitely watch The Crow. Dude, the lead
Columbus Day, it's like an Indian just like slaughtering like dudes. That'd be awesome.
Dude, that'd probably be the best one. Dude, the lead in The Crow is Bruce Lee's kid, and he's murdered in the movie accidentally. Like there's a real bullet in one of the guns.
No, it was a blank, but it was like still too close up. You know what I mean? Like
something.
Yeah.
You didn't know any of this, Boogie?
No.
Brandon Lee.
Yeah, dude.
No, nothing about it.
Bruce Lee's freaking kid is in The Crow. It was like his breakout.
And it adds into like the Bruce Lee family's cursed. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, dude, that's crazy.
And that goes back to this thing in Japan where they had like a house and they put these things on him for good luck, and it like blew off.
Yeah.
His house during a storm.
That's so nuts, dude.
It's so good, man. But it all feeds in. The art was just above average, passable. But man, Tim Seeley.
Really, I like the artwork.
It was good. I mean, it wasn't like great though. I mean,
that's what kind of took me out was the art. I liked the story, but the art I wasn't too thrilled with.
All right, I know Donnie Cates. I know you, Jeff Lemire, of course, dude. Tim Seeley.
Yeah,
I've been writing the hell out of some books this year, man.
Yeah,
he's like one of those underdog writers of the year, along with Taylor, dude.
I liked his. I think he did.
Tom Taylor is not an underdog. He's in the mix, bro.
Oh, yeah. Tom Taylor's getting big,
especially if Suicide Squad drops before we do.
Yeah, man. And it says "Don't get attached" as the advertisement.
Dude, have you seen the lineup of his Suicide Squad? Everybody's getting murdered.
Yeah, everyone's gonna get murdered.
Book. I can't wait. Murder people.
As soon as they announced that he's writing it, I'm like, just pull it. I told Dwayne, I said, just pull it. I don't care. I'm reading it.
Suicide Squad's gonna be great, man. I'm excited for that, dude.
Wait.
Same team as Injustice, dude. Like,
dude, there was a book called The Order back after over at Marvel after Civil War had ended, and every issue it was like a thing. A person either died or got kicked off the team. It was so good. So I'm hoping he does like every issue. I hope somebody gets murdered.
Everybody's got like the explosives in their neck.
So
everyone's head is going to be blowing up, and then their head's blowing up. Their head's blowing up, and while you're reading a comic, your comic will blow up.
Then your head will blow up.
Just Suicide Squad meta.
So what'd you think of The Crow, Adam? I got this Christmas book just for you.
Oh, the movie was great.
Oh man!
Okay, wow. So you hate the comic book?
One of my top 10 favorites of all time.
Brandon Lee is like that's what I looked like when I was like 19.
Oh really? Yeah, you gotta post. You gotta do a throwback picture for that.
I don't, dude. I barely have any pictures.
Do you play guitar on the rooftops, all sad?
Yeah, scoffing out.
Hey, Gaumer.
Can't rain all the time.
Well, I was just about to say that.
I know you were. I know you were. I know you were.
Hey, let me do can I do an impression of The Crow on YouTube? Yes. Caw, bang. I don't want to finish it because
that one failed.
Yeah. Well, I stole his thunder. I took his thunder.
Yeah, you took my thunder.
Rain all the time.
Chunder.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
And finish.
We didn't even talk about the movies that made us, but.
Yeah, well, all right. The comic was good. I mean, on top of that, The Crow, the movie is based on the original comic book entity, right?
Yeah. It's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah. So I mean,
there's some changes, but not much.
This is good. The movies kind of went downhill, but if they can,
there's only one Crow movie, and that's the first one. The other ones are lame. It's like Tremors. It's like Tremors, dude. The other Tremors movies are lame too.
Dude, I like I think the first two. It was the second one that got like legs. They started running.
Yeah, dude. Anything with Reba in it, I'm watching.
Yeah, oh, Reba.
Oh, Lord.
She's like in 4 of them.
Got Reba and what's his face?
Yeah, the other dude, her boyfriend, husband.
Footloose.
Kevin Bacon.
Oh, Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, it's got Kevin
Can
Bacon.
we get this thing back on the tracks?
We're waiting on you, Boogie.
It's Adam. Tell us from the Dark Multiverse, Infinite Crisis #1. I didn't read it. Tell me about it, Adam.
What? Well, okay. Tales from the Dark Multiverse, Infinity Crisis #1. Written by James IV, art by Aaron Lopresti and Matt Ryan, and Romulo Fajardo Jr.
Cool.
Awesome. Letters by Rob Lee.
Thanks,
Rob?
Robbie. Rob Lee.
Rob Lee.
Hey, Adam, we got your man, the Fuggernaut.
Is anyone else as sick and tired of Tempest?
I
Fuggernaut
skipped
as I
skipped
am?
those
I like
pages.
him, dude.
I just
like
flipped through
him.
those
tired
pages.
of
He's like
Just
the
skip
crypt
'em.
keeper of like these Dark Multiverse, you know. It's like the
Welcome
crypt keeper.
back. It's your old pal.
exactly.
Tempest
I'm a
He's like,
bully.
he's like
I
Todd
hope-
McFarlane in the Spawn cartoon. He's like, well, back in the day.
Another more Dark Multiverse craziness.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah, I love it, dude. It's so funny and like campy, dude. I
It
love
is,
that
dude.
intro. I love the intro and conclusion of these. They're so dumb. It's a fun
Fuggernaut
story though. It's always good. I've never read a bad one yet.
Fuggernaut just shows up and is like, let's see what these old Duke boys get into this time.
Exactly. It's like,
God, that's perfect.
Exactly. It's so good.
Okay, well, in this Dark Multiverse, we got this is based on Infinite Crisis. So in this, the Blue Beetle Ted Cord, he kills Maxwell Lord instead of the other way around that happened in the original story. Countdown to Infinite Crisis. This is the Blue Beetle was alerted to was trying to alert others to a conspiracy, but he was ignored because no one thought anything of the Blue Beetle. I guess he was like,
lame.
yeah.
You're lame. Blue Beetle.
yeah, everyone is like, whatever, boomer. So after after he survives Maxwell Lord, he takes control of Checkmate and OMAC to prove himself to the other heroes, but that just leads to the all familiar Twilight Zone ending, which is becoming a staple of the Dark Multiverse. And that's it. I really never followed. I mean, it's all right, but I would say if you followed all of Infinite Crisis, then you would have loved this book.
Yeah.
But if you were like me and just was overwhelmed by everything and just decided not to even dip my toe,
This
then
was
this
just
was
as
like,
overwhelming as that event.
they tried to cram James Tynion had to cram everything in there, I guess. I mean, I still
James. Cram.
get in there nice and deep like James.
Get deep like that hole through
Gomer,
corn.
did you read
Dang, that looks good though.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Gomer, did you read like all the 52?
No, I didn't read hardly any of that. Dude.
Yeah, me neither. I didn't read that stuff.
All
Yeah.
that junk.
This was a lot of pages of no action. It was a lot of dialogue,
A lot of dialogue, yeah.
a lot of talky talk.
Yeah, I
You
think they're
really
getting,
had to want to love this to love
Dude, I was
it.
involved in all of it though, man. I really liked all of it.
I wasn't, man. This was the
Dude,
worst of the bunch of the
what?
Dark Multiverse for me.
No
I feel like
way.
the worst of the bunch.
Dude,
of the Dark
Maxwell
Multiverse.
Lord got it, dude. It was awesome.
No, the
He's like,
art
what
was
did-
great, but
Dude,
I couldn't
what are you
stay.
gonna do? Shoot me?
Yeah, and then he shoots him. Yeah, I couldn't really
love it.
stay. I found myself drifting away from it just because.
What do you guys think about these books for a new comic reader that's not read certain
No.
things?
You have to want to.
Dude,
You
I never
have to
read
know
Infinite
what
Crisis.
happened.
I always wanted to read Infinite Crisis. I never did.
But you still know the gist of it.
Yes.
Exactly.
Right.
You have to
And the
at
way they
least
lead
know
into the
gist.
book, it kind of opens it up too. But what
Well,
I,
a little bit.
Yeah.
I-
That was a
I
good
just-
refresher. Yeah.
I just wonder if you went back and read the original
I
event
wish I had time
and then
to.
read this.
I would've.
Oh, exactly.
you would
would've,
need
I
like a
would've.
lot of time. Well, I mean, I guess you could read just that lead up
It was
book or
years.
whatever.
Like
But-
I've got the
but-
Green Lantern miniseries behind me from the last book that came out,
Yeah.
and I've not read it yet. And it's like I want to read it, then
Yeah.
read this
Blackest
Dark.
Night.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
want to
know
read
if the
the.
Blackest Night or the Nightfall was the worst ones for me. I like this one.
Oh, really? I love
Yeah.
Nightfall.
I love Nightfall too. I thought it was
Yeah.
better than this one. I did not.
I,
get
I,
this one.
think, I think they need to stop. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what else they could go after, but it's like they keep getting newer and newer stuff. It's like the
This
next
is the last one, right? Didn't they say it's the
I
last
think
one?
this is the
Is
last
it?
one.
No, they've got the Teen Titans.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Judas
you're right.
whatever.
contract.
Yeah, Judas
Judas
contract.
Yeah.
Judas
So what's going to happen?
contract,
Like they kill Deathstroke?
which is but
Maybe
I mean, that's-
Deathstroke takes over the team. Something weird happens.
I think that's what they need. They need to go to the older stories.
Those don't exist really anymore, though, in continuity.
But stuff that is easily accessible
like Final Crisis, like what if
other people,
Batman
like,
didn't get shot or something by like the
Right.
Omega beams? Like
like,
They
hey,
might
that'd
be able
fun.
to do
That'd be fun.
arcs, like Dark Multiverse arcs, like
Mhm.
Batman. You
That'd be
know,
cool.
Arc or
I'd love to
I
see
mean,
that
them
because
getting someone who has read all of the 52 and stuff to be able to follow this, they need to shoot for more low-hanging fruit of people who can easily pick it up and say, well, maybe I'll check out the original
I think this is
story
pretty
arc.
accessible, man. I know it seems complicated, but like I thought it was pretty accessible.
I
I never read
You could
Infinite
do a
Crisis.
you could do a 6-issue arc of
That'd
anything.
be cool.
Don't make it tie
Yeah.
into something. Just give me a Batman story of something nuts.
Even
It's
like a
like
3-issue arc, you know, make it short.
anything.
Like, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
No,
I
you're
like
right.
this idea. I like this
Me too.
idea. I don't think you have to tie it into
I just
stories that have
hope
already happened.
Yeah.
well, that's
if-
the whole.
and-
That's the whole thing, though, Boogie. It's their what if stories.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
And- but
I
like
know.
I like
But
the
like
ending
that
with
first-
the Fucking-Not. You know, he's like,
That, I
he's-
will
he's-
never not giggle.
I know it's so funny, but like,
Someone said that name.
So intentional.
but like he says,
Fuck.
like, yes, this happened, and who knows if it would have happened in the positive like universe, like you know, we don't know. But this happened in the dark multiverse, and so this is how it happened here.
Fucking-Not
so-
is like the Eeyore of DC.
Yeah, he's the Debbie Downer
well.
kind of guy. Oh well.
well.
He's like gothy. Listen to
He's watching
Smiths,
the worst
Sister of Mercy.
television ever.
Yeah. But you know, you can do a lot of things with it. That idea. It's like no matter what, it ends badly. You know, so
Yeah.
you can take anything. You take Final Crisis, Batman when he got hit with the Omega beams by Darkseid. Be like, oh no, here this happened in the dark multiverse. So guess what? If he didn't get hit by the Omega beams, he turned super evil, and Batman took over everything. You know, you can do whatever you want, and that's
I
so
love
great
that
about
idea.
this.
I like
It's
that
so
idea,
great.
but I didn't like this.
Okay.
Yeah, but maybe that's what this is. He's not the Eeyore of DC. He's the Debbie Downer from Saturday Night Live of DC.
Wah, wah, wah.
Oh, Ted Cord. Oh,
We're ready to move on.
Do it.
Let's
Yeah.
do it. Let's talk about Hellblazer.
Cool. Now, I'm not familiar with the Sandman universe. I've never.
Do you have to be in this? I don't know that you have to be in this.
I don't
right?
think so.
I thought I had to be because I
Did you?
I thought
You tell me, because I've never read a Sandman book in my life. I've always wanted to. I just don't
I
have
read
the
the
time
first
to, man.
Sandman, the Preludes and Nocturnes.
I'm sure it was
It's
awesome.
Wonderful. It's wonderful.
Dude, I always wanted to read that.
Yeah,
I have it on Comixology. I just never
of
read
course, you
it.
got
I've
it.
had it for like 2 years now.
I've got the Vision on Comixology. I bought it for like $1. The whole
Same.
thing. And I've never read it.
I read like the
good.
first 2 books, and I was like, oh,
Vision is so good, man.
and it is so good. What I read, I liked it a lot. But it's so the beginning was very confusing for me because it starts off like some kind of weird interpretation thing going on, like a seance or something. And I'll go back one page. Sorry. Yeah, it's like you find out later that it's like the bad guy that's doing this. He's searching through these magical intestines to see what's happening at the moments in the park where there's this like these angel entities that are tearing apart his drug dealers. And later on, it introduces Constantine, and he's making jokes in a hipster bar. And there's a lot of English speak, a lot of English lingo, Cockney, yeah. Man, usually I'm not a big fan of that stuff. I enjoyed this. I thought it was pretty funny, and I was into the lingo, and I caught on, and I caught all the jokes. I had to read it a little slower, but to make sense of it. But yeah, I liked it a lot, and the bouncer babe was there, to rescue him. She was cool. I hope she's probably gonna return later. I'm assuming, she was like a good side character. You know it, yeah.
It's coming.
Yeah. Oh, it's coming. So yeah, he's not gonna be the only thing coming. Also, I want to give a shout out to the Perillo art. I love my Perillo art. They did a cool infected spread on here. So shout out to Perillo.
I have a problem with Infected and Leviathan going on at the same time.
I know, man. It doesn't make
sense
sense either. Right. Yeah, it's too many events all happening at the same time.
It doesn't have to. Just don't worry about it. Just read what you want to read.
They're the ones making a big deal out of it.
That's true. You're right. Yeah. He's the one wearing the skirt up above, the buns.
I want to point out a panel.
Point the panel.
It's actually at the very beginning.
You gonna show it to us?
It's got a it's got a F word.
The cricket one.
It doesn't matter.
Fine.
Jason shows screen captures all the time.
Just something I found humorous is this guy just sitting naked
staring at a wall, meditating.
Staring at the wall. Is it?
That was the best part of that page, though.
Yeah.
I was like, that dude's awesome.
Yeah. And then all that, like the dialogue too says like, "Get the hippie out of here" or whatever.
He's got like the man bun looks like going on, and is like, what is this?
He's like a yoga instructor. Yeah, eventually, like this drug dealer though kidnaps Constantine. They bring him in, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm just like magic dude, but you have a different kind of magic, and there's something going on in the park, dealing like with like messing around with my drug dealers, and like I can't push anything with this stuff going on that's killing them and murdering them all the time. So I need your help to do this different kind of magic. Do what you do." And he's like, "Why would I help you? You're evil." It's like, "Well, if you don't, I'm gonna kill like one of my stooges or whatever." He's like, "All right, well, whatever. I'm gonna help you to get rid of this mess and see what's going on." And they go there. And of course, it's just a horror show. This angel guys just tear apart this guy who's addicted to drugs, and they have like I guess these angel creatures infect him with these little tiny like almost like ant maggot size things. They end up popping out like little tiny like little small weird guys. So gross, but yeah, here I'll show the grossness of what pops out. It's a mess, but man, I thought it was really cool overall, and it's still a mystery of what's happening. It kind of ends a little abruptly. At the ending, I didn't get, and that's why I thought I needed a Sandman connection. The very last page.
I read the first issue of all the Sandman stuff. I wasn't a fan of them, and
did you read the one shot that happened recently? Because I did not.
No, I didn't read that.
Maybe that guy could have been a part of it. I don't know.
I prefer Constantine in the main universe.
Yeah, me too.
I don't like him moving him from Vertigo, then to DC, and then to Sandman. It's just confusing and weird and dumb, in my opinion. I think Constantine's hot, man. I think he could. He did for a while, but have his own book, ongoing, solo book, and a team book. Which
I've always liked the character of Constantine, and I the last one I bought of was his last ongoing series, but it was the last arc. And it was like 12-issue arc. Yeah. And it was bad. It sucked. It sucks. I wanted to like it so bad. I was like, this sucks. Yeah. I kept buying it. I'm like, when's this going to end? It was like 12 issues. Like, for an arc? You kidding me? Then I'm like, okay, it's done. Like, that's it? Like, all right. And then it wasn't until like recently we got that one shot finally. And I didn't read that.
Dark with him was awesome.
Yeah, I love Justice League Dark. I love that he's part of the team. But as far as the solo title,
yeah.
So
it started off better.
I do like this too. I did like this a lot, man. I want to get the next one.
I'm trying to figure out what you guys are talking about at the end because I read this like Wednesday night. I can't remember what.
It just sort of ended with them not knowing really what was going on. It almost feels like it went somewhere else, but the art was so similar to what had gone on before that I thought they were at like the beginning again. Like at the beginning when you're in those intestines. That's kind of what I thought was happening.
Were they in the park?
I don't know.
They're in the park still. At the end, they're in the park still, and it's like him and the mute guy that he saved. Yeah. And the mute guy and him witnessed this atrocity happen. This guy that's on drugs.
I think
these angels kind of infected him and stuff. Yeah. So they're just standing there as this bad thing happened, but then the last page is like some other random stuff, like the last 2 pages. So like
show it to me because it's driving me nuts.
Yeah. Here you have here they are in the park. They're guys throwing up, whatever, seeing like all that craziness. And then here you have that drug dealer guy who made him do that stuff. Right. And then it goes and cuts to this stuff. What I don't know what this is or what it means. So
and that might be like
that it ends. Like, okay, it is foreshadowing to get you to read the next issue, but I don't know who this character is.
Yeah.
That's smoking a cigarette that's wearing a hat like Boogie, and like, but I have a feeling he probably has to deal with the Sandman universe, and I don't know. The dude
that was running off with the blonde hair. Is that what you're talking about?
No. The last page, it looks like a.
Is it a naked dude running off?
No, he doesn't have any hair. He has like a hat. Oh, there's one dude running away. Who is that? Oh, that's the he's like a congressman or whatever.
Yes.
So it's like
because I watched a review of this.
It's a sex cult.
See, I don't understand where all
that's
this
right.
But I watched a review of this, and I think it's very heavy-handed political crap that we don't understand because we live in the United States. Because I watched a review of this from a guy over in the UK, and he's talking about all this stuff, and he's talking about SJW politics. I'm like, I didn't get any of that in
Wow.
this book.
Yeah,
I'm like,
weird.
what is he talking about? And then he showed that guy running away, and it's apparently a politician over there.
Here's that
I had
drug
no
dealer guy
idea what was
again.
going
This
on.
drug dealer guy again. I guess he tells future or sees like the future through like some weird intestines that he spread the medicines around. So he saw a hole, and he's like, he didn't know if he should peek through enough, so he did anyways to see what's going on. So he peeked through, and he starts seeing this weird other connection of something going on at the same time. Instead of seeing the park, which he usually sees, he saw something else, and it's like this sex cult that's like. They have masks, and I guess this guy is in charge of like this governor or House of Representative guy, or
it's all intriguing though, man.
Prime Minister. He's a prime minister.
Maybe we don't have the answers yet. Maybe
I
we're
know.
gonna get
You're right. You're right.
But for me, on this book, the first thing for me, if I was going to write a horror type comic book, which this is very horror driven, I'm going to pick up the phone and I'm going to call Aaron Campbell and I'm going to say, "Hey, bro, let's make a horror book." The dude that did the art on Infidel that we praised every freaking issue.
Yeah.
He's so good. And then my second phone call would be to Jordi Belair. And I would say, I'm going to write a horror book and I need you to color it. And she's going to go, let's do it. And they are so good. Their artwork together, Aaron Campbell, Jordi Belair, like the dream team for this book. This is a book I had no desire to read. I put it on the poll. I read it and I'm like Jason, I want to read the second issue. I want to know more.
Like I said, I always wanted to read Constantine, and when I got into it at the time, it was that dumb 12-issue arc, and it was the last arc of the Constantine Hellblazer book, and it sucked. But like this is probably currently the best Hellblazer book I've read so far. And I'm sure there's much better books out there in the past that have happened, but this is like the best one I've read so far. It's awesome. I love
John in here. I didn't like anything else. The only thing I liked.
You didn't like the drug dealer gang? I loved all that stuff.
Riri boys.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of that.
All right.
I like the art, but as far as the story, I don't know. It just didn't pull me in. You know what it made me? It actually agitated me because I'm like, why did they have to cancel Constantine after one season?
Right.
Because I love that show.
Imagine that. Adam says, this book sucked. Let me talk about the TV show.
Yeah. But it was great. The show was great.
And it's like the show, and I didn't get to finish it because I was so tired of seeing the same CW Seed commercials. But now it's on Hulu now, so I can actually go through it all. So I'm gonna start over and do it again soon.
Chad Johnson, did you read this? You should read this. If you want to read a Hellblazer book, read this, man. You might dig it.
Yeah.
The Justice League Dark Run in New 52 is the best John Constantine I've read.
Oh, okay, cool. I got to read that. That'd be awesome.
Well, the Vertigo stuff is good, but it's just as deep as this is.
And the actor Matt, what's his name? Matt,
he's other shows,
yeah, he does. I mean, he is Constantine. He did the live action, and he does the voice when they do animated. He does the voice for Constantine.
That was a good movie too for Justice League Dark. That was fun.
Yeah.
I like him in League of Legends. Here's of Tomorrow or Legends of Tomorrow.
Legends of Tomorrow.
Legends of Tomorrow. Yeah, they had to bring it twisted.
I get it twisted because my wife calls it Heroes of Tomorrow. Heroes of Yesterday. She calls it Heroes of Yesterday.
A League of Their Own.
Joke. She likes making jokes.
I think they brought him in for ratings. I think that's why.
Champions of the day after tomorrow.
Oh, she's gonna love that one.
That it's so funny when you cancel someone's show, but you bring him in later on another show, so you get ratings.
They didn't want to cancel him.
Yul says we need to read the Hellblazer one shot.
Gosh,
I wonder if that plays into it because I wanted to pick that up and then I missed it. So
what ruined it for me was the Sandman Universe banner, and I was like, I don't know what that is, so I shouldn't get involved. That's what's stopping me. If you didn't have the Sandman Universe banner, then I would have dove right in right away.
I don't need another universe.
But don't you think you could still read it? Don't you think after you read it,
after reading it, I'm like, yeah, this is very accessible, but I don't know what's going on in the Sandman universe. Just having the banner alone on top, I'm like, I don't know what that is, so I should stay away from it because I don't know what's going on.
Sandman banner is dumb.
Yeah,
was it Batman Damned that Constantine showed up in?
Yeah.
Yes.
He was awesome in that, dude. The whole Justice League Dark showed up in that damn book.
We need a joke. I would be happy for a Black Label book of
the whole Dark.
Oh, that would roll. Yeah.
The whole Justice League Dark team, same creative team.
That'd be amazing.
Do it.
X-Minute. Let's talk about the X-Minute.
New Mutants #2. Jonathan Hickman, Rod Rice, Travis Lanham doing the letters. Thank you, T. Tom Muller doing that design work. Still going to shout him out. Space Jail. Team of youngsters is still in space jail, and Sam, the guy they came to find, comes and bails them out. Some great character introductions, including a last page reveal of Deathbird. It's cool if they bring in this whole Shi'ar stuff the right way and do some political intrigue. That'd be nice. X-Force number 2, Benjamin Percy, Joshua Cassara, Dean White doing colors, Joe Caramagna
Luigi
doing the letters, Tom Muller doing design, of course. The Sword of Damocles. We're dealing with the fallout of Xavier's assassination from the first issue, and this leads to a few different investigations going on. Them looking to enact the resurrection protocols for Xavier, the autopsy of these assassins, and Wolverine doing what he does best, tracking the assassins back to their home. Xavier's protocols are different for, resurrection. They have to do it a little bit differently. These assassins are engineered to be like awesome killing machines. And Logan hooks up with Kid Omega to find a house of horrors where they are literally building these genetic freaks. This series is for real, man. This is my favorite X book. It's awesome. It's going in the best direction. It's literally the mutant CIA. And I'm loving it. Fallen Angels, number 2. Brian Hill, who's not doing comics anymore after 2020. At least that's what he said.
Wait, I thought it was after 2016.
Well, whatever. Simon Kudransky in the running for Artist of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
Frank D'Amarda, Joe Sabino.
Joey S.
Doing the letters. Tom Muller. Shoto is the name of this issue. That refers to a Japanese sword. Psylocke had a vision of a new villain called Apoth, and X-23 and Cable go with her in search of this new baddie. But they are also tracking this drug called Overclock. Cable has a lead on a drug house, but Psylocke is apprehensive. They finally do wind up hitting the drug-making facility, only to be stopped by some kind of robot or something. The art kind of took a step back for me in some of the panels in this issue. That's sad to report.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But there's also several deep character and story-building moments that work quite well for the overall themes of the series. Still not my favorite X book, but it's one of my 6 favorite X books.
I got a lot of catching up to do.
I'm excited. I can comment on the X-Minute.
Do it.
I read 2 of these books. I thought you guys knew I thought Fallen Angels was going to be my X book, but I'm with Gaumer. X-Force.
That.
This issue, the first issue was great, but this issue it had some action. But for the most part, it's Benjamin Percy crafting this story that I love, and what they're doing with Domino is so freaking good. It's like I can't let another week go by without reading this book because I have to know what is going on with Domino. The stuff with Xavier, I don't even care.
We know he's coming back.
He can come back. Yeah,
exactly.
We know. And especially this issue, they alluded to it so hard that they're going to figure it out.
Yeah, like none of that matters to me. It's all about Domino. That's another great issue. Fallen Angels. It was disappointing this week, man.
It was.
Man,
I still like the art.
Like the first issue.
It was a rerun.
Really? Gosh. It was a rerun? Man.
It felt like a rerun of the first issue, dude.
Go check out Drew Manchu did a good review because Cantu was MIA. But go check it out. It's on the S&B Network. Go give it a listen. I went ahead and pulled the first 4 issues of X-Force and Fallen Angels both because I'm giving Brian Hill a chance. Yeah. But X-Force is so good.
Fallen Angels is actually taking a break in February, so you'll have a month to decide.
Oh,
well, now I want to grab X-Men number 2 and number 3 this week.
Nice.
Because freaking these bastards, man. Marvel, somehow, some way, they get me. I want to know more about this X. It's like I'm not even reading it. I gave up on it. But listening to Gaumer run his mouth about it, I know what's going on. Yeah. So I can pick and choose what I want to read and still be involved. And it's great. It's great.
Excalibur.
I agree. You'll call says Percy is underrated. Yeah,
he's not going to be soon. He's on that Wolverine book in February.
Yeah.
He's about to be.
I really like Percy and Seeley. Both those guys are very underrated in my opinion. They did their own stuff with Nightwing at their time. I thought was pretty good, and also Green Arrow was pretty good too. With that they did.
Dude,
I like those guys, man, and so I like to see them get some more attention. So good for them that they're doing these.
Percy wrote Green Arrow.
No,
I think it was Seeley.
Tim Seeley wrote Arrow.
Yeah, respectively, their own individual things.
Otto Schmidt with Otto
Percy
Schmidt.
did. I'm pretty sure Percy did Nightwing before he got taken over by Lobdell.
Yeah,
and started the Rick Grayson tragedy.
How about Otto Schmidt going to be jumping from Arrow to Hawkeye?
It's going to be awesome.
Yes, and
Matthew
also
Rosenberg.
Rosenberg.
That Rosenberg,
Yeah.
that free fall book.
Yeah.
If Hawkeye
cool.
versus a new Ronin, I'm always down
Dude,
for
bring
a new
it.
Ronin.
Yeah,
That's the
Rosenberg,
best thing
man.
he could have done
I
was
love
go get
Rosenberg,
Otto
dude.
Schmidt.
I
Otto
love
Schmidt
that
to do
guy.
that artwork.
It's going to be
Smart
so
decision.
good.
Smart decision.
Next week, Excalibur 3, Marauders 3, X-Men 3, but no Gaumer 3.
Ooh.
We'll think about it.
We ready to get into some random reviews?
Yeah.
Okay.
Presented by collarandelbowbrand.com. Check them out for all the latest and greatest professional wrestling merchandise. Dude, they got some cool shirts. I'm wearing one now. So go check them out. Save 10%.
You're soaking in it.
Use the promo code ComicCast. What's on Gomer's pile?
Picard Countdown #1.
Nice.
Mike Johnson, Kristen Beyer, Angel Hernandez. A fun take on a Trek comic, pulling from fun continuity as Picard looks to evacuate Romulan interest prior to the supernova, as seen in the Abrams movies. Whatever. It'll be interesting to see how this leads into that new show. Detective Comics? I'm not taking Detective, am I?
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
No. Go for it. That's Boogie, right?
Tomasia Mendoza, a great ending to this tragic freeze story.
Yeah, man.
Where they
How
sort of
great was
reverse their gender. They gender swap a character, and there's no way you can whine about it because they did it in a story that made sense.
Yeah, it did. And because she was under the power of the Lex Luthor.
The B-Zero. They went all the way back to
you
the
can't blame her.
Bizarro crap,
Yeah,
dude.
you
It's
can't even blame her for her actions. It's the serum's fault. It's Luthor's fault. So,
it almost felt a little bit too much Gotham Girl to me.
Okay.
But it worked.
Yeah, it totally works.
Man, how great has this detective run been?
I know. And
So,
how sad is it to see
that
Mr.
one
Freeze
arc sucked.
stuck
That
in
one
like
arc.
a frozen thing? They totally switched places, man. That's
It
that's
was
really
great.
cool.
It's
That's really cool.
Why did
Yeah.
I like this? Because it's devastating and heartbreaking. Freeze is willing to do whatever it takes.
Yeah.
The whole story on the front
Yeah.
half is I'm going to do whatever it takes to save my wife.
He's a little too more obsessive, though. He does get dangerously obsessive.
His whole shtick is he's obsessive. That's
yeah.
why he's Mr. Freeze, because
But
of his
then
old
when
lady.
it flips on him, at the halfway point, and now on the back end, it's I'll do anything to get her back. Even I'm going to team up with Batman, put me in a prison cell as long as I'm beside her. Dude. So we all are.
Yes,
we all
it's true.
are.
It's true, man.
How good is that?
So freaking good, man.
Dude, I mean, like it's gonna be cool seeing her like do stuff now and seeing her in the
I
future.
hope
Like, I'm excited for that. It's never been explored. We've never seen Nora do that stuff before.
Get her into this Doom
She's
stuff.
never done
dude.
anything before, dude. So
get her into the Doom stuff. She works better as a Doom sort of villain.
Yeah.
With the whole thing Lex Luthor.
So you can make her act however you want to instead of making Mr. Freeze act out of character. So it's great.
Can you throw this in there for best ongoing of this year?
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
totally.
on my
I did not like the little island trip. That's the only
that was
little
awful.
hiccup. That was the only little hiccup. It was 3 issues.
But even with that, man, it's still
I think it was because you had to write this free stuff, So
well, you got to wait for that art, dude.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Avengers 27, Aaron and McGinnis. This team goes into space. It's crazy.
Oh man, I want to read it.
Insane. Donnie Cates' Silver Surfer Black shows up at the end.
No way.
Dude,
oh wow.
It's so
Dude,
cool.
I gotta read the Star Brand one. I gotta read this one now.
That Star Brand one shot when they go back 10 million BC is great, and this feeds right into that, man.
I'm so excited to read those.
Best book I read all week, Venom #20. Donnie Cates.
No way. I gotta catch up, dude.
Zay Carlos.
I read the last one.
Holy crap. This really doesn't have anything to do with Absolute Carnage, but Absolute Carnage is over.
Because they called it a tie-in.
It is a tie-in. It sort of levels everything out on why the maker was there in the first place, why he was looking for codexes. He had this master plan the whole time to get in the good graces of the Council of Reeds. If you don't know who the Council of Reeds is, this is a Jonathan Hickman.
I was going to say, isn't that Hickman's?
When he was on
that's sitting
FX,
right beside my recliner. That still.
It was.
He's brilliant.
Yeah, right. It was every Reed Richards from the multiverse getting together to solve the problems of the multiverse, and it was so good. It built right into everything Hickman did with Secret Wars and tearing down the multiverse at Marvel, but the maker needed a Venom symbiote to travel between universes because he's done it so much that it's breaking down his body and his mind. But the goal is to bring back the ultimate universe because the Council of Reeds won't take him as a full-fledged member without his own universe because, well, you're a failure if you let your universe blow up. it was rumored months ago that Donny Cates wanted to bring back the Ultimate Universe, and this could do it. This could be the first step.
He's actually going to go full Bendis.
He might,
and we're all gonna hate him. Who called this months ago?
You did.
It's
You
in
did,
my
dude.
notes.
You totally called it.
I already.
Dude,
It's
the whole entire comic free thing, stealing thing didn't help.
No.
That
Exactly.
did not help.
Exactly.
I
It's
can tell
literally
you-
in my
I can
notes.
tell you.
This is the first
Dude.
step to us hating Donny Cates.
I know I don't read the books, but I mean, ever since
I'm on a comic book podcast. I know I don't read them.
I got a baby spider coming down
No,
here from the ceiling.
awesome.
I gotta
Awesome.
listening to you
Let him
all
bite you,
talk,
dude. That's how you become a hero.
Spider-Man, right?
every time it's like it seems like he keeps trying to wedge that character, his character Noel, into everything.
Noel
can
didn't
make
even show
money.
up. Noel was mentioned only by Eddie saying, "Yeah, everybody thinks we won, but I know the truth. Noel is on his way." And they
Well,
did have a couple of touching
and he's in
moments
the-
between.
But you just said you're not reading it, so you're mad because he's doing something. But if it's good, who freaking cares?
I love Noel on that like never-ending story kid riding that.
Oh,
freaking-
that was so
Dragon.
great.
so good, dude.
It's like I don't know. It's just kind of weird that he just keeps showing up in Silver Surfer Black.
Well, that's Jason
Oh,
Aaron.
man, if it's good, that's not.
I like
That's
it. I like
Jason
it.
Aaron
Criticism.
writing, picking up a piece.
I know,
of
but
another writer stuff, and that's what shared universes are supposed to do.
I like that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
maybe I'm just wrong, and
you just
Well, I
aren't
just wish you
reading
would
Venom.
read it. Yeah, I wish you were reading it. Then
I
it-
think
know what
you
I am?
would dig Venom, dude.
I'm really excited to buy the Silver Surfer Black hardcover. That's
It
one of the
looks
most things I'm
dope.
excited to buy. I can't wait for it to be released. I'm going to buy it immediately.
That art is another
dude,
level, dude.
It is. To have that in a
Another level,
hardcover,
yeah.
it's just going to be so
all
fantastic.
those covers too.
I know,
let me
dude.
jam through my books real quick. We gotta get through this stuff.
Yeah, let's-
Okay.
Basket full
I'll
of
be
heads number
quick
2.
with Book of the week.
Basket full of heads number 2. Joe Hill was all right. It's better than issue 1. We finally get to see a
How
little
does it
could it not
violence.
be?
Didn't read it.
I shared out a picture of some serious violence, and when I shared it, I thought this may get banned because it was violent. We see where the basket full of heads comes from. I'm still in. It's only 6 or 7 issues. I'll see what happens. It's Joe Hill. I did give Lock and Key to Matthew Lane. Big fan of the podcast, and dude, he is hooked on it.
Yeah,
he's even got his wife reading it.
It's
Wow,
easy to get
all
hooked,
right.
man. It's
Nice.
a great.
He was like, you know, I'm almost through with it. I was like, dude, if your wife's reading it, just keep it and make her read it all.
nice.
Postal Deliverance number 5, Brian Edward Hill, Raphael Ainko. I don't know. Laura returns to Eden and wants her rightful spot as mayor, but Mark wants to leave it up to the people and have an election. So much has happened. I feel like you guys aren't reading this. You read that.
I
first
know.
issue.
I want to, dude. So I really like the one issue I read. I thought it was
You
so
said you were
fun.
going to read all that other.
I
post
know,
first.
dude. I haven't had
There's
time.
so
You
man,
gotta go
dude.
read it, dude.
God.
You got
Because
to take
I
a week
want
off
to,
and lock
man.
yourself in a room.
Well,
with your book.
Christmas break is coming up, man. I got a whole entire paid week off, dude.
Nice.
there you go.
Yeah.
Read Postal.
I didn't get
That's
to
what
do
you need
jack this past Thanksgiving break at all. I was working constantly, going to family stuff, had to build IKEA shelves and things.
That's how he says it.
Dude,
Freaking
no,
family.
Dude, yeah, exactly. Today I read 4 hours of comic books. Finally, I got to read the reading list. So,
Yeah.
dude, Thanksgiving's coming.
Christmas.
Thanksgiving
It's gonna do a lot
passed,
more.
dude.
Christmas.
Christmas.
I mean, it's Christmas. Christmas is coming. Christmas is coming. Santa Claus is coming.
we did all read the first issue and talked
Yeah.
about it on here, and
That's good.
there was the kid that was getting bullied, and it's all come full circle. Laura has
nice.
taken him under her wing. I'm not going to spoil what she does or what happens, but a lot of people are dead,
Nice.
and now she shows up back in Eden with this kid, and it's gonna be cool, man. I can't wait to see how Mark and Laura work this thing out. Brian Hill is at the top of his game. The Postal hardcover drops in April. If you've never read Postal or don't know what it is, go get it. It's the book that
cool.
hooked me on Brian Edward Hill, and
I
I
wish that guy
like.
wouldn't go away, man.
I am so obsessed with the guy.
I'm so
He
sad he's
pestered
going
him
away.
until he would come on the show.
Hey, man.
He
And then
better
I,
not
my,
go.
He did.
dude.
He eventually did, so it worked.
my
I
audio
hope he
was
doesn't
garbage.
go away. I hope he's just talking trash at the moment because he was mad at fans for whatever. And I hope he stays and doesn't go away after
Matthew
2020.
Lane's in the live chat saying that Lock and Key is awesome.
Nice.
The last thing I'm just going to mention, I finished up Greg Pak, X-Pac, and Phil Noto's short arc on Star Wars. What a waste. It's
I
like,
know.
let's throw an arc to him.
to wrap it.
I read 74 and 75 this week, and it's a whole lot of mediocre. And I know they're going to reboot the series.
Right? Yeah.
I need to avoid it, but I'm sure we'll read that first issue for the podcast, and it's to steal Gomer's line, but it's perfect. They're always good, not great. They're always good, not great.
Even with that Phil Noto art, you figured it would have been better.
The artwork was great.
Oh, Phil Noto's awesome on everything he does, but you can't write yourself out of a crap story, man, or draw yourself out of a crap story.
There's those good little moments where it's like old school Star Wars, and it's like, oh, all the characters are here, but it's just boring.
We need new IP and Star Wars comics. They need to move away from the Skywalker saga.
Yes. That's why I like
Mandalorian, dude.
Afra was good.
Yes, Dr. Freaking Afra.
Then they start screwing it up. That's
praise is the best comic Dr. Afra. Everyone supposedly loves Dr. Afra. I never read it. I always wanted to.
Great. And I quit reading it. I quit reading it because they're making me read Luke Skywalker and these other characters. And the problem is, it's like, and I love those old school characters, but like reading this book, Luke and Darth Vader face off. What is Darth Vader going to kill him? No, he's not. What happens? This doesn't work.
You're right. It's too much. We've gotten, 40 years, 50 years of freaking Star Wars? It's too much of the Skywalker saga. This universe is huge, dude. The Knights of the Old Republic, all of this, the Mandalorians, all that history with the Jedi.
Dude, one day, I think I'm going to write a badass Ewok Jedi story. There's a badass Ewok.
There's got to be one.
The Jedi,
there's got to be an Ewok with the Force, dude.
Yeah, man.
Oh, well.
There's got to be. Why not?
I want more Star Wars, but I want different Star Wars.
Yeah, I know. Me too, man. Everyone does. Everyone's been waiting for that to happen forever.
Now that it happened, everybody loves it. Even though I'll say,
yes,
The Mandalorian is great. It's awesome.
It's so good.
It's nothing groundbreaking.
No,
it's spaghetti westerns from the 70s.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
That's
it's
what everyone wants.
Samurai crap. Exactly.
Yeah,
that's what everybody wants.
Let's just give them what they want. Like I also want to see Luke Skywalker be like super OP, like almost how they teased it in like Last Jedi, or whatever. How he like stood there and did like
that.
Dude, I want to see him destroy stuff, like everything.
Not like Daddy.
Saiyan,
not like Vader.
Yeah, I know.
What'd you read, Jason? Jam through them.
All right. Well, I want to show you what I picked up, like physically, because I never get to show this stuff off ever. But I got new Criminal. I love my Ed Brubaker Criminal. It's always amazing. And
new book announced called Pulp from Brubaker and Phillips.
No,
yeah, coming out in May.
Stop interrupting.
Sorry, it's breaking news, man.
Yeah, it's breaking news. I love Brubaker. And that one of the huge orders I did from InComicsTrades.com. I ordered my friend a bunch of stuff. I'm going to mail him, as I told you guys. But one thing I ordered for me was a new Kill or Be Killed hardcover.
Oh,
nice. Everything, all 20 issues, one hardcover. Cool. So stoked to get that. So I got that for myself.
All those covers, too. All those single issue covers.
Dude.
Be great.
I also got Tom Scioli's Fantastic Four, Grand Design #2.
Cool book.
So support the homie. Of course, Killadelphia. We'll talk about that soon. Olympia from last week, had to get this one. And also, our homie Christian Ward cover.
Nice.
He's a
hell of an artist. He's a great artist,
dude. I love this cover. It looks fantastic.
I love his art, dude. I'm just not a fan.
He needs to work on his ego.
He does. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets options. We'll find out in the future. Yeah. But if so, we'll donate the money to the ComicCast fan club. As far as reading stuff, let me go back to my list. Let's see. I really want to read Batman Creature of the Night, issue 404, because I picked up 1 through 3 individually when they came out. This series has been going on for like 2 years for 4 issues.
Yeah,
and it's almost like a real world Batman, kind of, but it's a kid reading Batman.
Yeah,
and then he like goes through the same tragedies as Batman, and he like kind of becomes Batman. You're not sure if he's like
you're not
crazy, or not, because it's very the same circumstance. It's very cyclical and meta at the same time. So I did not read this issue 4, but I'm excited to read it.
Did you read a series at Marvel called 1985?
No,
It's like a kid in 1985 doing Marvel stuff the same way that Batman book.
Whoa,
okay.
Weird.
It's cool,
interesting,
but it's weird meta like that.
I thought that was worth mentioning though, because it's different.
Sure.
The version I picked it up because I was like, "What is this? I don't know what this is," and that was like 2 years ago. So it's finally done. Flash 83 has been pretty cool. Last issue in 82, we saw Flash or actually Captain Cold versus the new Captain Cold from the alternate dimension. They kind
Okay.
of battled. And this issue, everything's destroyed. So Flash is trying to figure out, I guess he's stuck in jail from Captain Cold. Captain Cold runs the whole entire city. And Captain Cold's sister is the one that breaks Flash out, and they kind of escape and figure out a plan on what to do. But of course, Captain Cold always has, like, I guess he's called I forgot what his new name is, but he has
Citizen Cold again, is he?
Something like that. I don't know. It's something dumb, but it's okay. It's just worth checking out. So I always like Flash. I think Joshua Williamson does an okay job. Justice League Dark number 17. I love Justice League Dark. It's one of my all-time favorite series of the year. It's so good.
You keep raving about it. I'm gonna have
to.
Read
last issue, the last one was crazy with Eclipso. It gave a little hint into like what's in the Black Prism, how he's like trapped in there, and he keeps yelling. He's like, let me out, let me out, let me out. He gets like inside their heads, like it feels like he's scraping the inside of my brain. And
awesome.
Zatanna's like, close your mouth. She says it backwards, of course. And he's like that doesn't help. And he like tears apart his mouth and pulls it over his head. Dude, it's insane. So this one kind of goes more into that, and you see the origin of Cersei, of how she kind of escaped, and got blamed for some tragedies that happened before, and she got Hecate to give her power and stuff. So it was cool seeing her background story. And then Shazam number 8 is super awesome. I love Shazam. It sucks it's been delayed so far, like so much all the time.
That was a great issue this week. I love that first panel that had all the kids and had the Shazam. I posted it on Twitter.
Yes,
like that 2-page
all
layout.
the lands they're in charge of.
Oh,
they're supposed to be in charge of. Yeah, dude, that's so cool. I love Shazam so much, and I think they delayed this one to rewrite it because it says Shazam's Billy Batson's soul is corrupted because of all this evil Shazam stuff going on now.
I can separate
the King
the two.
Shazam. I can too. I can too.
Like the
but I guarantee that's why they stole it, dude. But I guarantee that's why they stole it, dude. I guarantee it, because they're like, oh yeah, Billy's soul's corrupt and he's different now. And it's because of King Shazam that's going on in the regular books now. So that sucks, dude. So I love this book, man.
Weird, dude.
I love Shazam as a book. It's so good. And at the end, a huge page reveal. It shows like, who the next Shazam powered of the Shazam family is. So that's, I guess, the last member we're waiting on the family. So that was, dude, Shazam is awesome, dude. Cool. It's so good. But I think that's all I read.
Let's get into the Outright Geekery. Book of the week, outrightgeekery.com, your one-stop shop for news, reviews, previews, podcast, everything geek at your fingertips. You can also go. Effects? Sorry, Adam's asleep.
What are you paying for this thing?
You just rolled right into it and didn't give me a chance.
I want my own theme music.
Bonfire.com/store/.
How was that?
That's great. Ruin the plug so nobody knows where to get the t-shirts. That's the way to go.
Your plug. I didn't give sound effects.
OutrightGeekery.com.
Killadelphia.
Yes.
Number 1, Rodney Barnes, Jason Sean Alexander, Lewis,
Jason Alexander.
Sean, Jason Sean Alexander, Lewis NCT. I'm not sure about that name. Doing colors. Marshall Dillon doing letters. This is the story of a cop, him dealing with the death of his father. But really, all of that is just an allegory for racism in America, and it's all wrapped around this weird supernatural vampire story.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, the way you said that, it sounded like MTV Real World.
I mean, it really does. It's a cool story with a lot of potential. Great art, but there's a very wordy, a lot of words.
I didn't even notice because I enjoyed the story so much. I did not notice how wordy this story was.
The thing about the word, the thing about the lettering is, and Marshall Dillon should be really commended for the lettering here. The story's told, the story's told in several different ways. Traditional balloon dialogue, your traditional, inset, but then there's also a guy reading a journal, and it's also told through there.
But they're a little hard to read, those journal entries.
A little bit,
but
I didn't think so.
But
that's fun.
I love the feel of reading those journal
entries. Exactly. The themes might be a little bit heavy for your typical comic book fare because, again, it's dealing with racism.
The biggest was the graffiti in the
yeah,
vampire house, dude.
Yes.
What happened to America? I'm not going to read all these. I can't say them. We the people, ? How can, a blank be hungry in the land of milk and honey? Like, that was powerful, dude. Like, that
the
was
whole book is
man.
like that. That's what they're going for. Definitely succeeded in what they were attempting to do. However, again, the book was just a little bit heavy for me. A compelling read. Wonderful just to look at, man. Jason Sean Alexander murders it with the art in this. I love.
You ain't kidding.
Photorealistic in a lot of places.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the only bad thing I'll say about it. Is it is a little bit heavy on the words and the themes. This isn't your traditional comic book fare. This ain't your capes. This is a horror book, but this is not your traditional horror either.
This is like a steak meal, man. Like, come prepared, come ready.
Bring your knife and fork. Don't
if you love comics,
bread.
Dude, yeah, exactly. If you want a good, solid comic book, boom, get a heavy lift.
The best part for me is I didn't read any of the premise. I threw it on there because we got the early preview and Gaumer kind of talked about it and he didn't really hype it up a lot. And when I saw it come around, I was like, okay, I'll throw it on the poll. No clue what it's even about. Mm-hmm. None. So I start reading it and it's just sucking me in. It's like, this is so freaking good. Dude. And it's this Sins of the Father, right? Yes. And this guy is following. It's a great name for the opening arc. He's following his dad's case and reading these journal entries. And I'm like, cool, this is going to be a great cop story.
Yeah.
And then the more I get into it, I'm like, oh man, this is so much more than a cop story. Yeah. And it's like the artwork again was so great. Detectives, vampires, not goofy vampires. This had a 28 Days Later vibe for me.
No,
these aren't goofy.
One of my favorite horror movies. So good. I love this, man. I love this book. It was so
amazing.
Good.
Yeah.
Like, dude, the praise on the back is ridiculous. You got a quote from Chris Rock, a Chris from Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
Dude, Brian K. Vaughan. You kidding me? Stephen Barnes. Dude, this is amazing. Pick this book up. You have to read this. This is one of the best books to read of the year. And you know what? I figure it works as like a one-shot as well. If you want to just have a one-shot and done, this is amazing as a one-shot.
I'm anxious to read the rest, though.
I can't wait to
what's
see
gonna
read
happen?
more.
What's going to happen with that cliffhanger? What's going to happen?
It's like, what took you so long? Perfect dad line, and the story it's told at the end with the son, like on his mom's deathbed. And then it says, my father told me the same thing. And then it shows him what's happening currently at the time as he's given the story of the flashback. Yeah. And then it shows the reveal at the end.
The pacing, everything with the flashback.
Perfect.
Flawless.
Perfect. Man. Pacing was so great, dude.
Yeah. I'm glad you love this as much as I do, because Gaumer needs to be kicked off the show.
When you said, should we tag them? I was like, I want to say yes, but Gaumer already said, I was like, yes. I gave a thumbs up. It's like, you got to tag.
And I'm not really critiquing it. I'm just saying, there are things in here that are going to turn off a lot of comic book readers,
but not you. It surprised me that.
No, I'm just reviewing it though, as your average show,
like your Marvel DC reader, I guess.
But if it's well done, it works.
Very well done.
So it works.
But it's definitely got heavy-handed politics in it.
When you're putting up, when you're putting up,
you just showed up graffiti about milk and honey in America.
It's one man,
but he didn't pop up a guy and say, this character's racist, because he's telling a story. This is what we want.
Yeah, you want subtlety in there. You want subtlety to drive the story forward.
I would not say that this is
put it on the back of the trade. Christian Ward should take note here.
Yes,
I wouldn't say that this is subtle though. This is in your face. There's an allegory here.
Story driven.
Exactly.
It's not. Yeah, exactly.
But still, I still stand by. The themes are heavy and it's wordy. Those are still valid critiques, but that doesn't take away from my enjoyment of it. But I still have to find a negative in the positive.
I was so just sucked in, dude. I didn't even notice
man. The art alone.
Flew for me, dude.
I felt like I blew through this book in no time.
The Blue Beetle comic we read earlier, man. Like that. Of course, it's thicker. It's a prestige edition. But I knew what I was getting into. But man, that felt wordy.
It did.
Yeah. These drag on sometimes, man. They're so wordy. But this. It flew by, dude, because I enjoyed it so much. It was wordy. I guess looking back at it, I was like, man, that is
it's a lot of words.
Man, jeez, I didn't notice it at the time. Didn't notice it, dude. So
But
good.
yeah, I'll give $3.99 perfect score. It was good.
Yes.
$3.99 for me.
Same,
Adam,
dude.
Adam,
Perfect
did you
score.
read it?
I think Adam is not going to like this because it was so wordy.
It was a lot of words.
It was a comic book.
My first thought was, that doesn't mean it has to be a lot.
Yeah, there have been successful comic books without a single word in them.
I believe.
this is
No, I'm saying
way
Adam
on the
didn't
other
like
side
it
of that
because it was a
scale.
comic book.
Yeah.
Because I had to read.
Like four different fonts.
The art was haunting.
Dude, it was.
The I felt like the premise kind of got, or the plot kind of got danced around. Like there was a little bit of beating around the bush at points where it's like, all right, come on, move it forward, let's go. But aside,
They
from
were
that,
presenting those themes though.
I thought it was fine. $3.99, but
It was fine.
$3.99.
It
Perfect
was fine.
score.
$3.99.
Perfect score.
Trash.
You know,
When
it
you
was
get
fine.
dog days, it's going in the trash can.
Yeah.
I mean,
For everyone
I-
new watching, like
Wow.
the
I'm gonna say
ComicCast rating
I'm
is like
gonna
the
say
top
Boogie's
of the line is
favorite line.
$3.99. Perfect score is $3.99, and that's three of us are giving $3.99 perfect
Yeah.
score.
but it's not for me. I just don't have interest in reading the next one. But I
What?
will say, for what this presented, it's like one of those. It's like when you go on a ride at a theme park and it's like, oh, okay, that was entertaining, but I have no interest on going back on it again.
Okay. All
But
right.
it was fun for the first time I went on it. I mean, that's the way it is. So
Well, good.
that's the way the cookie crumbles.
It's perfect scores all the way around.
Yes.
We're at an hour and a half. We're about to wrap this thing
All
up.
right.
So Adam is the main event.
No. Oh yeah, we got his art.
We
We're
got to
not gonna
see
next
the
week-
artwork.
No, next.
Oh, what he
week.
drew.
Yeah, we'll hit it after we get Adam's artwork.
Oh,
Dude,
well,
Drew.
I only had one. I think Chad mentioned something. So
Somebody
Yeah.
wanted Chad's child.
yeah, I
Who
drew
was that? Who was that? Sure. Oh, nice, dude. That's awesome.
AirPod.
AirPod.
That's amazing.
That is so good.
Jason, that's how I see you. You're almost like
Thanks, buddy.
almost like
Big Willie. Mute Adam. Hashtag mute Adam.
like Al, I don't think so, Tim. But I also drew our new logo.
Okay.
Oh, I
cool.
can't
Let's see it.
wait.
This is scary.
The hook.
All right. All right. I like it.
Or the pirate.
That one didn't go over as well.
Yeah, I didn't go over.
No,
That's our
Always
logo.
stop while you're ahead.
That's pretty good, buddy. I do like what you did. That was fantastic.
All right, let's talk about some new comic books. It's
Yep.
it's kind of a lot. It's a weird week, man. A lot of
It's
weird
a
stuff
weird
coming out.
week.
I'm stoked for Dead Eyes #3 and Death or Glory #7.
I got Death or Glory 7
Death or
on my
Glory for
short
sure.
list.
And I'm a sucker, so I'm going to pick up Doctor Doom #3 too.
Yeah.
Oh no! Is this because you already like pre-ordered that stuff? Is that why?
I
No.
pulled it because
He's a
I'm a
glutton.
sucker for Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom.
Glutton for
dude.
punishment.
because you're a sucker.
Chad Johnson wants to buy that artwork, Adam.
Nice. We'll
I'll
do an eBay auction. You can't be
I'll
the
send
only
it
one
to
who
you.
wants
It's not like I'm
Make him do a super chat, bro. Learn how to do business.
it. Yeah, man.
Gomer, are you picking up Crone too?
Yes, I'm definitely reading Crone too.
Crone?
TMNT Shredder in Hell #5 wraps that miniseries. Been loving that. Matea Santalouca with that amazing art. Justice League 37. This is Justice Do More Part 8, believe it or not. Daredevil 14. Come on.
Oh yeah, you got to pick up the Daredevil.
Come
of course.
on.
There's also a book from IDW Publishing called The Art of Transformers Packaging that I've already thumbed through a little bit this
Wow.
week. It's
How much is that
very
book?
cool. I think it's $45.
Okay, so it's like a book. Okay.
It's a book. Yeah. It's like 300 pages of coffee table awesome with just that throwback box art.
I think some guy released one for G.I. Joe recently.
There was a Kickstarter, I know. I'm not sure if
Yeah.
it's finished.
Yeah.
What
I
do you
think-
read next week?
There's a Vengeance of Vampirella Perillo cover for issue 3. So I'm excited to see what that looks like. Like, dude,
Yeah.
Perillo's
I bet it's
amazing.
Probably a
So,
scantily clad vampire.
Oh, well,
Mhm.
sure. It's Vampirella.
that's right.
I'm all about Dead Eyes 3 too. I know you already mentioned
Nice.
it, but it's like finally we get issue 3.
Right?
Did
And
it get canned after issue 2?
I think
Yep.
so. I think
Okay.
it only got up to issue 2. And then we got Ghost Rider. I actually kind of want to see read Ghost Rider 2099 #1.
Yeah, I want to read all these 2099 books too.
I'm not
I gotta read the
anywhere near
alpha,
that
dude. I still gotta read the alpha.
nonsense.
No,
Nope.
I definitely gotta do Old Man Quill #12. It's done. Finally.
Yeah, it's done. I don't even know if I want to read it now. I kind of fell
Dude,
off.
So
man.
good, really. I love
off.
it, man. Me and my other co-panelists on Wednesday nights. It's one of our favorite series of the year, dude. We love Old Man Quill, dude. You got to check it out, dude.
I was caught up to like issue 8 or 9, I think, and then I dropped off.
Ghost Rider 2099 is written by Donny Cates.
Ooh, nice.
No,
X-Men 3.
That's what I would say if it was actually.
Oh man, I'm all over the X stuff.
I really think I may pick up X-Men 2 and 3 this week since it's a light week for me.
Yes.
Jason, dude, don't let me miss.
X-Men #2 was like
Donny Cates.
X-Men #2 was Cyclops hanging out with a couple of his kids going camping. Literally, that's all it was.
Yeah.
His kids.
Later, Yule just voted for the book of the week. You can go to @ComicCastPod on Twitter. If you're new to the show, we're live on Facebook, Periscope, Twitch, and YouTube tonight. Follow us on Twitter @ComicCastPod, and you can vote for the book of the week next week. But spoiler alert, as Yule just said, Butcher of Paris is on there, and it is pulling away. So if you want to change that, go vote @ComicCastPod. Wherever you're listening, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch, like the video, subscribe to the channels. We want to grow this thing, man. Look, our monetization comes through YouTube, but we want more people with eyes on this podcast. We want to expand.
And Patreon, dude. We also want some Patreon exclusives, dude.
Patreon.com/ComicCastPod. If you guys go and support it, right now you get a pre-show. It's about a 10-minute pre-show.
It's awesome.
Every week. So 40 minutes of extra podcast.
Like YouTube takes like what, 50%, right? Something
like that.
Yeah.
Calm down. Spoiler alert.
I'm just saying, if people really want to contribute and help it grow, dude, Patreon's the way to go, man.
If we get more support on Patreon, we'll put out more content. Maybe a bonus review, video, something. We'll figure it out.
Hot take, something.
I just do Patreon.
Adam should do a weekly hot take on a current event.
No.
Yeah, let's make Adam do work. Every time we're like, Adam, you get nope. Adam, what if you want? Nope.
No.
Adam, nope.
I got to read comics? Nope.
All right. That's going to wrap it up for this episode of ComicCast. Thank you across the board to everybody for hanging out. Hell, Oni64, glad to have you here. Make sure you smash the like button on the way out the door. That's it. We'll be back next Sunday, 7 p.m. as always.
You don't have an